Hey guys, welcome back to another moon update collective reading. We did have a full moon actually a couple of days ago in the sign of Gemini. I actually did the new moon in Gemini reading about 6 months ago when it happened back in June. And a lot of the astrological energies of that time are currently playing out now during this moon cycle as well. Astrologically speaking, the energy is very similar. So I am going to go ahead and link that video in the description box below in case you're interested of getting like the astrological vibe check, because again, it is very similar, like almost identical. I read even the description that I wrote for that video and it was spot on for this time, which makes sense because it was the Gemini new moon and this is the Gemini full moon. So that completes like a bigger cycle. So topics and themes that came up then could be maturing, coming full circle, or tying up around this time. So check it out and let me know if it resonates. I'd be super curious. For me personally, it is pretty spot on. So I'd love to know how it's resonating for you guys as well. Especially now with the full moon, full moons are always an opportunity to illuminate something to us, to show us something, for something to become clear. However, because of the other astrological transits that are happening, that might not be like so much the case right now. There is a lot of opportunity for haze and confusion and misinformation or misrepresenting information, which again are all things that I touched on my last new moon in Gemini video. Okay, so with all of that being said, today I just wanted to focus on the cards. What would Spirit like to highlight for us? Something that might be important or helpful for us throughout this time until we get to our next moon cycle, which is going to be in about 2 weeks' time. I like for these collective moon update readings to just be an opportunity for Spirit to connect with us and to highlight things that we may need to know, that we may need to start thinking about, integrating, applying, etc. That is going to uplift or clear the path in some way so that we may always be on our highest path and on that timeline to our highest potential. That's the goal, that's the intention. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull some cards. I've already cleansed and cleared the space and the cards. Let me shuffle these cards really fast for us. I'm already so clumsy. I'm recording this video it's Wednesday already, and the moon happened on Monday, and I just wasn't feeling up for it at the time. I felt completely, I don't know, there was just like a veil of confusion and haze, and I wasn't really feeling super connected to my cards because I do pull tarot like every single day, whether it's for myself or for personal readings for my clients, and I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling a connection. It was too cloudy, too hazy, and I just didn't want to do the reading under those kind of conditions because I wasn't trusting of like that energy or the messages that would come through under that energy. And I'm so glad I waited because it definitely passed and I'm feeling so much better now. So I'd love to hear, how are you guys? How are you guys feeling? I can't believe that it's already December, basically, almost. In a couple of days, we'll be entering December, the last month of the year. That is insane to me. That is crazy. Like, this year flew in a blink of an eye. And I feel like we always say this every single year, but why does it feel like each year is just going by quicker and quicker? It's kind of scary. Do you guys feel this way? Let me know, because I feel like time is just going by so fast. So yeah, I know this year has been a tough one. It's been another tough one. We've had a rough little go at it, I think, for the past several years. It hasn't really gotten easier, I don't think. That's why I feel it's so important for us to get stronger and stronger internally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, so that we can be able to handle just like what's happening out here in the external, because it's been rough. But we are strong, we are resilient, and, I truly feel that we can handle it. Whatever comes our way, whatever presents itself to us, it's because we are ready. We're so much stronger and adaptable than we think. And I think a lot of what's been happening has been to wake something up inside of us, you know, those parts of us that have been asleep. It's like, in order to navigate these times, we need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be fully awake, conscious, aware. And I really feel like that's what these times have been doing for us, is waking us up so that we can truly be at the wheel of our own lives, you know, in the driver's seat. And all of the experiences that we go through, it's just to like equip us and prepare us for what's next, what's coming, you know? So let's take a look then. Let's see, what does Spirit want to communicate with us today? I already got one card. It, of course, fell on the floor. I'll pick that up in a bit, but let's see, what would Spirit like to convey to us today? What would they like to highlight? Ooh, we got 2 tens. Those are like the best cards of the deck too. Well, minor arcana. Anything else, Spirit? And we got these. I think that's enough. Let me get this card down here. Okay, I'll get one more. Okay, And I'm also going to pull a few oracle cards. I kind of love this energy so far. I feel like it's a mix, very Gemini. It's like we're seeing good and bad here. Let's see, what other deck did I want to use? Maybe some from this deck. Oh my goodness. I love when the cards repeat, especially the good ones, right? And one more. Okay. Okay. Oh, I wanted to pull some from this one. I'll probably just get one more from here. One more, and then we'll get this message out. Oh, sacred marriage. Okay. It's Mary Magdalene. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm seeing big energy, like things may feel very explosive around this time, just very big, intense. Maybe it could just feel like a really big deal, even if it isn't, it just feels that way. I feel like a lot of us are just feeling like we're getting down to the wire or something. That's like the feeling I felt a couple of days ago when I just wasn't feeling very great. It was this feeling of like I'm being rushed. I'm running out of time. I have so much to do. And it's just like this feeling of overwhelm. But the way it's coming through here, I like it because it's like you're feeling this feeling of overwhelm, but instead of it cowering you or making you feel small, it's like a feeling of like, no, I'm ready. You know, it's like we're feeling like we're ready to just take life by the balls, you know, and be in control, be in our power. You know, whatever, what do we have to lose kind of feeling, where it's now or never, do or die. I'm going to show you what I'm made of. You know, it's that energy of I'll die trying, you know, if that's what it takes, if that's where it leads me. So many of us might be feeling kind of taken to this place, you know, where we're just like ready. We're ready to go. We're ready for war. We're ready for whatever kind of conflict is on the horizon. There's this fierceness inside of us, and we're just ready to go full force and show ourselves, the world, what it is that we're capable of. And it's just having that self-confidence and knowing that even when things look really bad and destructive and chaotic, we're going to rise above. We're going to conquer. We're confident enough to face this, to meet this. We're not backing down. Again, it's like giving it all we've got. When you're just put in that position, put in that moment where it's just like, okay, this is it, ready or not, you know? This is really awesome. I'm getting a feeling of like, we just know what we want, even if it seems really like, not out of reach, but even if it seems like it's going to be a little chaotic. It's going to be a rough road, a rough journey. You know, nothing here is being handed to us. Nothing here looks like it's easy, but it's just knowing what you're aligned to and knowing what you want, knowing what's going to satiate you and feeling very clear about that, that it's almost like you're married to it. You're married to your purpose or to whatever it is that you know you've set your eyes on, that you find valuable. And it's like you're glued to it and nothing can deter you. Committing ourselves to something, knowing that we want more for ourselves, and getting out there and doing it, working hard, learning, building something, you know, working to build something, despite the obstacles, despite what might be in the way, what might not look good, you know? I feel like we don't have time anymore to feel afraid, to feel scared. It's a very fierce energy, and I really, really love it. I think it's because a lot of us are finding ourselves in a position where it's like we've already lost so much, or we've already been through so much. We've already maybe been in this place of lack, worry, stress, feeling disconnected or feeling incomplete in some way, feeling downtrodden and hurt. I feel like many of us have already been through situations where it's like we already went through that phase where we felt disillusioned, disappointed about a certain reality, a certain situation, circumstance. And we're just ready to move on, to move forward, to close this chapter, because it's like we don't want to be here forever. I'm telling you, it's like that moment when you just stop giving an F and just get up and you're just like, enough of this. I'm not a victim to my circumstances. I'm not a bystander in my own life. I'm going to get up and I'm going to rely on the force that I am, on the force that I have control over, on my willpower. And I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to get my life, you know? It's like that feeling where you understand that no one is coming to rescue you. Take a look in the mirror. That's your hero. And where we're just standing up and taking back control of ourselves, our actions, our lives. We want to be fully participating in our lives and making healthy decisions and choices that reflect what's important to us, that reflect our values, so that we can create, you know, shifts and movement and change, you know, transformation. This is feeling like when someone pokes at you for too long, when someone's constantly trying to push your buttons. In this case, it being life, right? When life is just pushing your buttons, causing agitation, causing you to really experience having to sit through things that don't feel comfortable, things that you wouldn't prefer, things that you would consider to be like your aversions. And when that happens for long enough, there is that moment where you just like want to explode. And I see us being in this moment, and it doesn't look to be a negative thing. It's not like an explosive energy that's destructive. I feel like if it is destructive, it's destructive in all of the right ways, because destruction energy can also be a good energy, you know, that death energy. It's part of life. It's part of the process. And I know we're so obsessed with trying to not look at that part, right? We don't like to look at anything related to death. We correlate that with like negativity and darkness and sadness, and we don't want to look at that. We can even see this with aging. There's such a huge obsession with staying youthful, staying young, anti-aging, when it's like aging is part of life. We have to accept that, you know, it's part of the process. Like, we're all gonna die. None of us can really escape that. Our physical bodies, that is, you know, like it's just part of the human condition. Our physical bodies have a limit. Now, our souls are immortal. That's a whole different conversation, but I'm just saying, like, none of us are gonna get out of here alive, you know? Death is a part of the process. It's a natural part of the process. It's a needed part of the process. Think about like in agriculture, you know, they have to like burn the land, burn the field. They burn everything, kill everything, because it helps the soil somehow so that the next growth, the next, you know, harvest is strong. There are cycles, there are seasons, and everything plays a part, everything plays a role. And things can't just be growing and growing and growing forever nonstop without bounds and limitation, you know? Things do need to eventually like die to keep things contained and ordered to maintain balance. There's like this bigger picture, this bigger viewpoint I feel that we are finally accepting or coming to terms with. So it's really like acknowledging that death aspect of life and of all situations. There is a connection, there is a union between how everything works. And when we really understand these systems and these cycles and the process that flows through everything, I feel like this is how we really get to know the heart of God and how God operates. And it is those situations that give us discomfort, that show us where there's a misalignment of how spirit operates, or where there's a misalignment of these laws of nature that show us, you know, the truth and how to put things back into alignment. So yeah, I'm just seeing like despite the drawbacks, the upsets, the destruction, the disappointments, we're standing up. We're taking our power and we're moving forward. We're pushing through. And again, I feel like we're just really married to our purpose and married to what we think is best for us and what we know we need to do to move forward in a positive direction, in the way that we're being called to move forward, in the way that feels right, what feels the truest to us. I am seeing a lot of clarity here, and it's clarity from the heart space, which is amazing. It's like letting your emotions and your heart lead the way. You know, your regulated emotions, your healthy emotions. I feel like maybe we've already been through that process of seeing what was unhealthy, what was corrupt, you know, seeing where we were all clogged up, like where the gunk was. And maybe we've done the work now to burn that out, to let those things die, which isn't an easy process. It's painful, it hurts, you know, that death energy, that transition energy. But I feel like we've already been through it, and we're finding ourselves here at this threshold where we're ready to push forward to the next thing. And we're really feeling strong and in our power. And we're feeling like we're coming from a really good place. And what I love is that this play card came out, because it's showing us that, like, yeah, this is big work that we're doing right now. But it's like we're also not losing sight of being playful and enjoying the ride, enjoying all parts of the journey. It's like, yeah, we're ready to face whatever we need to face, but also we're going to be in good spirits while doing it, you know? And I think that shows a sign of mastery, is when you can be playful and when you can laugh at it all, you know? When you're not like taking it too serious and you're just enjoying the ride. So this looks really good. It does. This is great energy. I'm seeing also like another message here is like a breaking away, I think, from something that may have been safe, that may have been providing some type of security, but that was kind of controlling you in some way. And that can be scary, to break free from something that was established and that, you know, was providing something to you and that did have some kind of like security attached to it. But it's like we're ready to go on this journey on our own, by ourselves, so that we can be truthful and authentic to who we are and what we want to do. Maybe you were finding yourself in some type of situation that was giving you some type of safety or security, but it was like controlling you in some way, where now we have to make that choice to break free so that we can establish ourselves being in our authenticity, where we can really feel free to find the truth, to find ourselves, to see the truth, even if the truth is hard and disappointing. It's like we needed the full truth. We needed it. We needed to be able to see it. We needed that full picture so that we can be allowed our own choice, to make our own choice, versus, you know, things being decided for us, things being hidden, not considering all aspects or all perspectives. It's like we want to see the full truth, all of it, the wholeness of it, And then we want to make our own choice, our own decisions. We want to feel liberated. I'm seeing so much fire energy, and we are in Sagittarius season, so maybe that has something to do with it, with this really like optimistic, like this is such a vibe. It's a really good energy that I'm picking up on here, that I'm seeing here for those of us that are tuned in, watching, for our little collective. We're looking so good, you guys. We're looking ready to like walk that line, you know, walk through the fire to make it happen for ourselves. And again, they're highlighting the death, like the death part of the process. And this being really important. There are profound changes happening. There are endings. You know, there could be a severing of ties here, the end of an era, the end of a cycle, some type of loss. But it is an opportunity for transformation, for renewal, rebirth. It's kind of like, you know, the phoenix rising up from the ashes. Or it could even just be like breaking of old habits, you know? But it's just ultimately having that understanding of what death is and its importance, you know, its function in the process, to really understand it and to accept it, and to understand that like to gain what's coming, we have to let go of what is lost. We understand that this isn't always an easy thing to do. And yeah, I'm just seeing us kind of like at a crossroads, a threshold, a turning point. And we're just ready. We're ready to lose whatever it is that we need to lose. We're ready to break free, and we're ready for change. There's a lot of acceptance here among like the pain. I don't know. I just feel like we're just seeing things very clearly, and seeing like everything's role and purpose and function, and seeing how it all works. And just, yeah, getting that full picture, a higher elevated perspective, which is awesome. It's great energy. I'm so proud of us. This is such like a good place to be. It's a very potent place to be. And I guess what I'm seeing here with that like heartbreak energy, because I am getting a lot of heartbreak energy, like it exists, it's here. But it's like knowing that both can be true. You know, it's like, yes, this hurts, this sucks, I'm disappointed, I'm experiencing pain, I'm experiencing loss, heartbreak. That's true. Like that's being validated. But at the same time, it's also true that this part was necessary. This part was needed. In the grand scheme of things, I see the function of this. I see how this was a catalyst for the change, for the growth, for this transformation. So yes, I don't feel well. I feel hurt, but I'm also really excited, and I'm also really happy, and I also feel really confident. You know, it's not about like, yeah, this sucks. I'm in pain. I'm so hurt. Everything is bad. You know, this is no good. It's being able to see like the full picture, both sides, Gemini, you know, all perspectives, and both can be true. This sucks. This is bad. I'm in pain. And this is a good thing. I'm excited to meet whatever life has in store for me, to face it head on, and for this transformation, for this change, because I know that it's needed. And I know I'm only being put on my highest path, and I'm cultivating something that's going to be more meaningful, more in alignment with my values and with what's ultimately going to make me happy, and feel like I'm living a life that is being led from my heart space, from the heart, because that's your strongest indication that it's authentic. It's your authentic truth. So yeah, there's just like a lot of connections here being made, higher perspectives being achieved. It's not easy. Like it's showing me it's not easy. There's pain, there's hurt, but at the same time, it's beautiful. And we're kind of being, it's a paradox, you know, it's a paradox. And we're like right in that paradox point. But that's where it's potent, you know? We're in a very potent place. Okay, so I hope I explained that well. I hope I got the point across. I do personal readings. If you guys would like to see how this energy is affecting specifically you, or you want to get specific questions answered, you know, you want to look into specific circumstances, situations, I offer a variety of readings. I'm going to leave my email in the description box below. I would love to connect with you and work with you. Again, I'm also going to leave that other new moon in Gemini video because I think a lot of that also is playing out here at this time as well. So I think it could be helpful to listen to that too. And yeah, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye.